Happy Easter, Millbrook. Today is Friday after Easter Sunday, but we are in a season of 50 days of Easter. It's longer than the season of Lent. The 50 days between Easter Sunday and Pentecost, which is the birthday of the church. And I don't know about you, but for me, I need the repetition over and over and the spiritual practice of celebrating Jesus' resurrection and his ever-living and ever-loving presence with us, much more than just on one day, beautiful as it is. I have found a couple of reflections that have helped me in my spiritual journey and reflecting on Easter and on hope and what Christian hope really means. And I hope that they might be helpful to you. The first is from Thomas Keating. He's known as was a priest and known as the father of centering prayer. And he says, to hope for something better in the future is not the theological, the Christian, or the faith-based virtue of hope. Theological hope is based on God alone, who is both infinitely merciful and infinitely powerful right now. This means that the celebration of Easter, of Jesus' resurrection, and of hope and deep joy still can be present for us even in the midst of the brokenness of life, whether it is the brokenness in our world, the brokenness in our own lives, because it depends not on things going well for us as we would like them to, but it depends on God and what God has done. And so in this season of Easter, as we think about and pray into and live into and sing and reflect on Jesus' resurrection from the dead, that is his presence with us always and everywhere, what God has already done. And I put this together with another reflection by a Celtic poet and writer, John Donovan. He's talking about grieving and the spiritual presence of those who have died. And this may have resonance for many of us who have lost people dear to us. It does for me. But I think about it in terms of Jesus and about the resurrection and about this season of Easter. He says the dead are not distant or absent. Jesus is not distant or absent. They are alongside us. When we lose someone to death, we lose their physical image and presence. They slip out of visible form into invisible presence. And we know this about Jesus because we have not experienced his physical presence. He is always in the invisible presence, and in this season, it is in his resurrection. He talks about not being able to see the person that we have loved and lost. We are not able physically to see Jesus, but though Jesus is not, until his final return, coming back in physical form, he is yet always with us. What God has done in Jesus at Easter is dependent on God alone. So no matter what is happening in the world or no matter what is happening in our lives, Jesus is still, even more so now, ever present with us. May that fill you with the true sense of Easter joy and Easter hope, not dependent on our day-to-day circumstances, but dependent on what God has done.